Shannon, what do you think LeBron said to Lonzo?
Hey, so, I'm a bad mofo, ain't I? That's what he said, Skip.
He said that?
He said that. He said, so I'm bad.
Did you just say that on live TV?
Yeah, that's what LeBron said. You asked me what he said. He said, hey, so, I'm bad, ain't I?
Yeah. Well, I think since Zoe idolized him his whole life, don't you think Zoe kind of knew that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just tried to get you to know that, too.
Oh,
but anyway, Skip, I think he told him what he said a lot in his quotes. He said, look, bro, you got a bright future ahead of you. You're going to be special in this league. He said, but this outside noise that has no bearing on the game, block that out. Just play ball. Because he loves to say that. Just play ball. Mm-hmm. If anyone can relate to what Lonzo Ball is going through and the hoopla and the expectations of being great, it's one LeBron James. The dude was on the cover of Sports Illustrated as a 17-year-old. Mm-hmm. He's special. He knows it. He knows what the expectations are, but he also knows that you can easily get distracted when you start listening. Because you know what he and LeBron have in common? Every game that LeBron has played, even in year 15, gets critiqued and analyzed. Lonzo Ball has played 27 games.
That is true.
Every game that he's played.
Every game. We come in here the next day and just tear it all apart.
Either he plays really good or he's a bum.
Yep.
And those are that's what he's going to have to go through moving forward. But LeBron is saying, bro, when you're out here, nothing else matters. You play the game the right way, very unselfish. It's very important to you that your teammates get involved. You want to make sure they're happy. That's why you give the ball up. Skip, and last night I thought this was one of his better games. They lost, but you could see he's getting the ball, he's pushing the tempo. Now, you still would like to see him get in the lane a little more. Again, another night, he didn't shoot any free throws. You would like to see him try to get the ball to the rim and maybe draw some fouls and kick. But I thought he did an exceptional job last night. But if you notice one thing about LeBron James, Skip, LeBron is not one of these great players that want to hoard all the information. You've seen a lot of pro athletes, regardless of the sport. I ain't telling him nothing. I ain't giving him no hints. He coming for what I got. So I ain't helping him. LeBron's like, nah. He and Kevin Durant, he embraced Kevin Durant. They play pickup in the offseason.
They did.
Because you know why? 23 ain't worried about nothing. He ain't worried about no one. Because they can't do what he do on a nightly basis. Year 15, still giving folk the business. And I told you yesterday, what did I tell you yesterday, Skip? He going to get a triple dub on Lonzo. You know what? And maybe
Lonzo almost got a triple-double on him.
No, he didn't do that. No,
yeah, he's close.
But here's the thing. Maybe Lonzo played a little better. Maybe he played better without his dad being around.
Had his two brothers behind the Lakers bench.
Yeah, the brothers ain't up there grandstanding and waving and high-fiving everybody. But I think Bron told him that if it's not basketball related, don't pay any attention to it. And everybody critiquing you and saying this, you should do this, you should do that. You know how to play the game. Play the game like you've been playing it your entire life. And let all this auxiliary noise just drown it out and go play ball.
Well said. I agree with most of your points. First, let me say to your earlier point, I do appreciate the interest that LeBron has taken in this kid. And I do think that LeBron is genuinely honored by the fact that Lonzo idolized LeBron and tried to pattern on and off the court his life after LeBron's. And I do think that LeBron, even early on, admires the very unselfish way that Lonzo plays and that he already deeply respects how humble, as he spoke about the other day, how humble and grounded that Lonzo has managed to stay, given all the noise swirling around him. But, having said all that, I did think it was a bit of a grandstand play by LeBron to do this in front of the camera and make it such a big issue that he's passing down the wisdom from Mount LeBron to young Lonzo on national TV, knowing full well. You don't think LeBron planned this or premeditated some of it? If we win, I think I'm going to pull the kid aside and pull my jersey up and talk to him.
But if you notice, Skip, he always pulls his jersey up over his mouth when he's talking to someone on the court because he knows you're going to be reading his lips. What if he said, what neighborhood you live in L.A.? What's the weather like this time of year in L.A.? Skip, he going.
By the way, I do not think LeBron talked about L.A. for 1 second.
No.
I just don't believe it.
Absolutely not.
It's way premature. And the Lakers team is just stocked with young talent, but it's really young talent. Their under 25s last night scored 100 total points. So it's young, but it's coming. And trust me, in the second half of this year, this Laker team is going to get better and better.
Right.
I'm going to speak to that in just a minute. But LeBron did say, and you alluded to this, after the game, LeBron said, I know everything he's going through, meaning Lonzo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that. I get what you say, cover of Sports Illustrated, but I don't know if LeBron really gets what this kid is going through having LeVar Ball as a father. LeBron didn't have any kind of, well, he didn't have a father at all, but he didn't have a LeVar Ball hovering over his shoulder.
But let me ask you this, Skip. If he didn't have LeVar Ball, see, it's the hype. But as far as the expectations of coming in as the number 2 draft, because think about it, Skip, Lonzo comes in as the number 2 draft pick. Braun was number 1 overall. The expectation is you got to be great. Critique every game.
There was expectation, but I'm going to tell you again because I lived through it and I was doing television through it. Mm-hmm. It was positive expectation. The league was so excited to have LeBron in it.
Right. Straight
out of high school. We all watched him on national TV at St. Vincent, St. Mary.
Yes.
We got to see it up close, and you could just see it and say, whew.
Right.
And so, opening night at Sacramento featuring, was he still 18? I think he was still 18-year-old LeBron James. It was a spectacle, man. Yeah. And he lived up from night number 1. And there was no negativity around it. LeVar Ball, who's become an instant international celebrity, has, unfortunately, painted the biggest target on his number 1 son's back that's ever been painted on a rookie in any sport in the history of sports, to me. I can't imagine. And it's negativity that he has created. It's resentment.
Right.
It's rooting against instead of rooting for. I think, I'm not sure LeBron can relate to that.
Skip, I believe everybody wants Lonzo to do well. But in the process of Lonzo doing well, guess what they have to hear? I told you my boy was great. I told you my boy was going to do this. And so
he does. He takes all the fun out of it. He does. No, I agree.
I told you. All he had to do was listen to me all along. Zo could have been doing this.
I mean, just remember, keep this in perspective. Lonzo's father created his own shoe brand just for Lonzo Ball.
Right.
Before he dribbled one time in the NBA. You don't think that's pressure that LeBron, even LeBron can't relate to?
You know what, Skip? I'm not so sure LeVar Ball didn't create that shoe for LeVar Ball.
Okay, that's fair too. And I'm with you. But LeVar Ball already is the star of a reality TV show.
Yes.
LeVar Ball arguably is already a bigger celebrity than his son is. Is that possible? I think he is. Mm-hmm. Didn't that just happen over the last 6 months?
It did.
And keep this in perspective. There has been no more unconventional shot in the history of basketball than Lonzo Ball's shot. I've never seen anything like it. You can see all the pictures of Reggie or whoever, Jamal Wilkes, Keith Wilkes in the early days. Nobody, no right-handed shooter ever launched the ball from the left side of his face.
Correct.
Nobody's ever done that, have they?
No.
I mean, I don't know anybody. This is the most mold-shattering, unconventional shot ever.
Orthodox.
It's completely unorthodox to the point that it heaps even more pressure on the kid to try to live up.
Right.
And I was sort of relieved for him last night. He made 3 threes.
Yes.
Okay. And he made a 2. You know, like it's like, okay, you did that. So, in the end, what do I think he said to him? I think he told him to just tune out the noise, number one. And maybe he said to him, because I don't think LeBron likes LeVar at all. And maybe he went to, you need to become your own man. And I don't know if he would take a shot at LeVar because that's way too deep. It's too.
At the end of the day, you might be trying to help this young man, but that is his dad.
That's his dad, and his dad to dad. I just don't know if you can go there.
Right.
But I think he could suggest to him, you need to grow up and become your own man and make your own choices.
Do you?
Do you? And that would be powerful wisdom from LeBron James. That would work. But as far as, look, we all know what's happened. LeBron's bought a second house right here in Brentwood, which is not far from where we're sitting right now here in the west side of Los Angeles. And reportedly, LeBron and his wife went and checked out a private high school it's over the hill from here, but it's not too far from Brentwood and Sherman Oaks. And you think, 2+